Hello, you're alright. If you have lived in Dudley for quite a while, like I did for years and years and years, you have probably come across the name Bert Bissell. He was a lovely man. He ran the Vickers Street Methodist Church, just past the Flood Street car parks, Vickers Street. He was in charge of it, and he was also known, he was also always in the Express and Star and Dudley Herald, as the Peace Climber. Every year since 1945, with a group of people, he climbed up Ben Nevis and left a stone, and he'd built a cairn of stones, peace stones. Every year he'd done it, and he carried on doing it until he was a very old man. I come across Bert first time when I was about 8 or 9. I used to visit our house every now and again on Wheatsheaf Road, top Tividale, and one day he was there. And he was saying hello to me. As I say, he was a lovely man. And he said, is that a picture of you on the sideboard playing the accordion? And I said, oh, it is. He said, well, why don't you come and play your accordion at Vickers Street at the church? I said it'd be good. So I did. And I remember I went and I played La Paloma and Spanish Gypsy Dance. I might play La Paloma on here sometime. I can't play Spanish Gypsy Dance because my little accordion now, there ain't enough notes. I run out of notes, so I can't play that. But La Paloma's possible. And I played it there, and he liked it. He was impressed. I'd played it with at other venues with the Jerry Allen Trio and Roy Edwards. Do you remember them? Noel Gordon's Lunchbox. And I'd played it at the Queen Mary Ballroom on Dudley Zoo. I was known as Dudley's own boy accordionist when I was 8 and 9. I had a little red cummerbund and a little red dicky bow and a white shirt and black satin trousers. Oh, I looked a treat. Anyway, Bert got me involved playing at local Darby and Joan clubs. And they used to call them old folks' homes then, not care homes, old folks' homes. An old folks' home on Russell's Hall. And I remember there being a woman in there called Mrs. Miller, and she was very, very awkward and stubborn and formidable. But she was lovely to me. She gave me half a crown and a couple of chocolate biscuits. But the story goes, once when Bert was visiting, he went in and the matron said, now look, we've got Mrs. Miller with us. She's a bit awkward. She's a bit stubborn. To let you know how formidable she was, the week before, they'd sent her to Dudley Guest Hospital with a sprained wrist, and she didn't want to go. So she come back from the hospital a couple of hours later. You can tell how old it was. A couple of hours later, that's all it took. And they said there was nothing wrong with her. Ah, of course there were. She'd given them the wrong wrist for x-ray, hadn't she? So they said it was fine. Anyway, this particular day, the matron said, so be careful, Mrs. Miller, just watch out for her. Have nothing to do with her. Well, Bert being Bert, he went straight to her. They were having the dinner, and he said to Mrs. Miller, now, how are you getting on, Mrs. Miller? Oh, she said, food's horrible in here, eh? It's horrible. She said, take them peas, them like shotgun pellets, them that hard. She said, I put one on a plate. Yo, try that pea. And Bert looked at the pea, and he looked at Mrs. Miller, and he said, oh, all right, I'll try it. And he put it in his mouth and he chewed it and he said, that seemed all right, Mrs. Miller. Not too hard at all. She said, no, it won't be. It's been through me twice. Now, if you don't understand that, you younger folk, you'll have to ask your old people about going through me and going through me twice, and they will explain. And it ain't pleasant. Anyway, ta-ra a bit, I must go. We're having cottage pie for tea and I've got to go and get some straw and thatch to put on the roof. I'll see you soon. Mind how you go. Keep out the Oss Road. Thank your mother for the palings, and I'll see you soon. Ta-ra!